there's someone coming through here who, it's like they didn't want to end up with regrets, but they ended up being the person who was sitting in regret. And it's like they're finally realizing that actually that future version of them that they were worried about, like being in nostalgia and regret, they are now this future person and they don't need to be in that energy, right? So it's kind of like they're realizing they don't need to be sitting in regret. They have plenty of time to change up what they need to make new decisions. They're finally realizing this. I think that they might have been stuck on like this energy of time as a human concept, you know, the age and everything, and what society has programmed them to believe to be true in terms of, you know, the timeline of life. You know, most people find success, it's not in their 20s or 30s even usually, you know, it's beyond that. So it's kind of like time is regardless. Yeah, it's all about you're on your life path for a reason. Your soul is going through expansion and lessons for a reason to prepare you to where you need to be. Ace of Wands. Oh my God, revival of this passionate energy to move forwards. It's like it's like maybe they were just processing a lot of healing and grief. I think that's what it is. It feels like they were going through the cycles and now they finally reach a point where they've been healing and releasing so much that they're at that point where they're recognizing. It's like they've regained this like sudden spark for life. High Priestess. It's all very behind the scenes though, in terms of it's a lot of internal. You know, they haven't told anyone what's happening, you know, this new passion that they're experiencing. I think it's because they're way more attuned to their environments, you know, themselves and how they've been reacting and responding to environments as well, you know. So I think that this is exactly why they need to reach this point to be prepared in the vessel that they are now than what they used to be, right? What they used to occupy. The Empress. Wow, passionate energy. Okay, the Hermit. Okay, I'm getting two things. Okay, Virgo energy. This could be someone who is really in their own vibe right now. Death, the bottom of the deck, so definitely a transformation. And now they're phoenixing into their beautiful divine feminine energy. They're realizing what it means to surrender, to be in receptivity, right? Understanding that actually you have been doing the work. It's time to reignite that central creative spark within, right? That is the divine feminine energy within. Very solo journey it's been to get to this point. I'm also getting an energy that somebody is in the very, very much thinking mode about this Empress and about somebody outside of them. Two of Pentacles. Umming and ahhing is what I've just heard there. Someone might have a lot on their plate right now and they're wondering how to move forwards. Queen of Wands. I'm seeing like this magnetic glow right now surrounding this divine feminine energy. Maybe she's got options, she's got decisions to make, right? It's like she's in this position to bring into like her reality something that she really wants. Maybe even a creative project. Okay, Four of Wands. Ooh, okay, there's definitely been something that has been out of alignment when it comes to like inner union, and that is finally what is being addressed. Someone's finally, it's like no longer playing it small or keeping yourself hidden for your own fears. You know, I think that this could be you've been silenced or shunned before, might even been lifetimes ago, you know, you carry that still, but also because of I don't know, there's something that someone feels like they need to be or create before they can step out into the light. The Star and the Magician. Okay, so this is what I mean by someone's finally understanding it's within their realm. Now they have it within them to create this, wherever this is that they want moving forward. I think that they've been stuck. I really do feel like this is someone who's thinking about this Empress energy. They have not known how to move forwards. The Chariot finally decided that, okay, the passion that they needed to move forward. And when I say passion, I'm talking about this drive, right? The drive that fuels somebody. I feel like this is very kind of specific energy who's fueled by certain things, you know. Yeah, this is someone who cannot get this Empress off their mind. They're seeing alignment with this person, but they've had to go through a lot of healing to really understand that it's them who has it within them to take action. Now the High Priestess and the Death card. Yeah, this is a very personal solo journey that someone has not spoken on, this transformation. I think that it's not been seen by this Empress specifically, right? So this could be someone in almost like a retreat mode from the Empress, okay? I'm also getting this message, that the container of the Divine Masculine will hold the flowy, almost, really passionate energy of the Divine Feminine, right? Giving her almost like direction, that leadership. I'm talking about in like the physical reality is what we're talking about. Again, this could be the energies within you, remember that. Okay. And judgment as well. Yeah, there's been a lot of, this is why there's been the Two of Pentacles, the Hanged Man here, because someone's really been awakening to every version of themselves that has been keeping them I'm hearing old ways. Okay, healing is really interesting because it doesn't look like something that you see prescribed or commercialized out there. It's so innate within you. You literally hold the codes within you. If you get so silent and you begin to really listen to yourself, you eliminate all the external noise, right? The people, the chemicals, the substances, the environments that are just unhealthy, whatever it is. It comes down to so many different levels because there's so many different layers and bodies of you. You have your physical body, then you have your emotional, your mental, your light body, and so on and so on. There's lots of you, lots of versions of you that you need to really filter through to finally get to that position where you can actually begin to understand and start to listen to your inner, like the cells within you are speaking, right? Listening to your inner intuitive guidance, your heart space, it starts to lead you. You start to understand things better, right? And it's something you keep on top of, spiritual hygiene, right? And I think that, someone's tried to follow the prescribed way of doing things for a very long time. And that they're finally finding their path, what works for them, right? And they're wanting to really work together. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. They're wanting to work together to do this, to create this solid foundation. I'm seeing this beautiful alignment here, the 4 pillars of a house, but I'm hearing castle, right? This is beautiful. Oh, wow, just as I said that as well, the 10 of Cups. Oh, and the 9 of Cups. 9 to the 10 of Cups. Wow. The stars are aligning, wishes are coming true. 10 and 9, okay? So it's kind of like there's a completion taking, we're in a 9 year as well, so there's definitely some completions happening, but that 10 is that new cycle beginning, and this is that happily ever after card, right? Somebody's understanding this beautiful healing energy is allowing them to really understand where their investments are required and the most can kind of bring them the most as well, kind of like I'm hearing return on investment or something, which is really interesting. But an interesting thing is I don't think somebody's seeing it like that. They're just seeing where they want to actually invest themselves and give themselves to. I think that there's something about this. They're closing out whatever this has been. Someone's been really closed off to this, really closed off. Queen of Wands again at the bottom of the deck. They've been really, maybe they've been guarded, protecting themselves, their emotions, or even not understanding how to bring this into their reality, make their wishes come true, because they've been even maybe not even told themselves the truth about their wishes. But this is, again, that energy of, being so guarded that you do end up in regret mode because you didn't go for what your heart truly wanted. And now it's like, healing through that, having that time and space, this is what they've been given, is really allowing them to find balance again and invest in that energy of wanting to do this together. There's something about together that's so important here. I think someone's been really cut off from being that together. Maybe they really are a bit of a lone wolf, The Fool. Yes, passionate drive on this new path ahead. My gosh, wow. I think someone hasn't spoken their truth. The Hierophant. Big Taurus energy I'm getting here as well. Someone hasn't spoken their truth. I think that someone's had to, especially this divine feminine energy, just had to, or even that feminine energy within, has to really break through the barriers that's kept her like within the confines of all these restrictions placed on her, how to do things, what things should be like, whether it's like I'm hearing like authority in terms of even like, you know, belief systems, you know, institutions, that kind of thing. Someone's had to really break through this and say yes to her unique energy, her unique gifts, powers, abilities, you know, even trusting that intuition that was coming through, right? Instead of being guarded up to it, thinking it's something that's, you know, just like all this negative stuff around it. You know, I'm not going to say the words, but there's definitely someone's finally like really breaking through that. Look at the strength card. Oh, someone could be important for this. Scorpio energy as well. Wow, and the 10 of Pentacles. It's time to finally break away from the boxes and the molds and say, I'm literally seeing someone breaking through clay, like they've been in clay, you know, and it's like they're breaking through it and they're finally bursting through and saying, actually, this is my truth. I get to say yes. And this is it. In this card, this is someone literally bursting through the doors and they're seeing what they want. And it's just so, I'm just seeing a lot of fruition, you know. I'm hearing juicy fruits. I don't know if that means something to you, but definitely, oh my goodness. Look at this. The King of Cups with the 9 and 10 of Cups. This is someone who's preparing to hold it down. That emotional stability, that emotional home. It's like someone who wants to be invested, wants to be the person to take care of this like castle, you know, wants to bring someone's wishes, wants to bring someone their wishes as well. Wow, wants to grant wishes. This is really interesting. It's like they want to make someone's wishes come true. Okay, that masculine energy. That's really beautiful. Yeah, 5 of Swords. This is what I mean. There's been so much of them. That's come out with that energy where they were cut off, right? But I think that 6 of Cups as well. So something to do with the past here is important. Again, that nostalgia energy that they've been breaking free from, understanding that actually it's within their control right now. I think that they were made to believe that perhaps it's not, perhaps it's too late or whatever, but they're closing that out now. But more importantly, they're opening this up, which is beautiful. And also, I think there's been someone, I'm hearing in their ear, but there's definitely been somebody here who has been giving... Unfortunately, they allowed themselves to keep this energy around. Very guarded, you know, conditional love only, you know, my terms only kind of energy. They didn't realise that they deserve love, you know. You are lovable, free yourself. So whatever this is that we're keeping around, it's almost like it's a bit strange really, because, you know, they were keeping them around for reasons that really, it doesn't matter who else is in the picture. They need to not allow themselves to be drained on and just like, even just like be poured into just the most minimum amount or whatever, settling for someone who's actually just hurting their mind and their heart, okay? Soulmate at the bottom of the... reconciliation as well. So that soulmate energy is giving that you are deeply connected on a soul level. Again, this could be someone from the past then that's been heavily on someone's mind here. But they've just had to really close out this way of thinking, of controlling everything, needing to control everything, okay? Retreat as well. They've been disconnecting for sure. That's good. They've been disconnecting from this old world of theirs. Yeah, I do think that they're creating new environments, so it's kind of like within themselves but also around them now, so they can prepare for this beautiful kind of energy moving forwards. Stay optimistic. They need to stay optimistic. I think this is the thing, they've been drained on by these external energies that they weren't seeing that, and now they're understanding, that's what needs to transform, that's what needs to change. But again, they're being quiet about this. Yeah, no one knows for a reason. Engagement, they don't want anything to... I'm hearing detriment. They don't want anything to ruin this or whatever. Chemistry. So high levels of commitment, moving forwards. And there is a lot of chemistry, magnetic attraction in this, and wherever this is, okay? But they're being mindful right now about what could be these red flags. Pay attention to red flags, right? There's something that, separation, whatever caused a separation here. And I don't think it's just within them and their way of thinking and being. I think it's something to do with, could have been external energies. You know, they don't want to bring someone into a situation that isn't theirs to handle. They're being very protective of who they want to move towards. Passion, lots of passionate energy. But that is that passionate new drive that, you know, they're going to be moving forwards with. They're going to allow themselves to finally say yes to flirty energy. Yeah, be mindful. I think maybe they need to be mindful, or someone does, about all these external, like, pulls and, you know, pulling them away out of alignment. Oh my God, release your ex. Yeah. If they're still holding on to this, then that's strange. That wasn't coming through. Yeah, free yourself. I think this is what they're currently freeing themselves of, so they're not still holding on to it. I think they're just clearing the energy so that it doesn't cause chaos or even just like, you know, argumentative energies around. But they need to be mindful of, I don't know, that flirty energy. Maybe it is someone who's quite flirty, but they need to be very careful. Yeah, of who and what is trying to come back into their life. You are good enough, okay? Again, Virgo energy. Be very mindful. Again, boundaries. Once you go within, you know, you'll know exactly, because you know what you want, therefore you've got to be able to offer that in return, you know what I mean? Like those values, that integrity, that like loyalty, self-respect, whatever it is, okay, time for healing. If that's what you want from someone, and this is going to be some kind of like sacred alignment, then you're going to be able to offer that, okay? They know this balance, practicality with spirituality. So I'm hearing, you know, all the naysayers, all the kind of objections and just things that are making them think that they can't have what they want to create. That's what's being cleared out right now, okay? Because they are actually truly becoming that person, you know. Yeah, the Seven of Wands as well. The King of Pentacles here as well, so that suggests that somebody truly is saying, no, this is my castle, I get to do this my way. They're finally regaining their stability within themselves and their power. They're not letting people walk over them, is what I'm hearing, which is really important, because it's kind of like they're seeing their worth finally, right? They're understanding that actually it wasn't just one side or the other. They're balancing like their soul with their body, you know. They're having faith that actually these kind of intuitive gifts that they have, or whatever it is, you know, that internal feminine energy, it makes sense for that to be in their physical reality as well. It's not separate. The Emperor, the Eight of Cups, yeah, they're walking away from anything that stops them from stepping into this Emperor role, you know. Look at this, the Page of Swords as well, you know. Someone could be watching somebody right now and not saying anything, that kind of energy, but I think it's because they're still walking away from this world energy is taking place, so they can truly claim their throne, okay. Got the Emperor and the Empress here. So yeah, definitely I think the answers you need are coming. I think someone's just had a lot of energies that they've had to really clear. I'm hearing like, you know, their karmic energies that they've had to really clear through. A time to give rather than take. Yeah, I think that they're understanding that this is their time to give now. You know, again, that divine masculine energy, he's the action taker, a decision maker. He's the one who'll, you know, take the steps forwards. You know what I mean? And that's what he's understanding, that's what he needs to do. That's why he's finally walking away from this old world, you know, and even the remnants of it, you know. A personal issue reaches resolution. Cancer energy is prominent here as well, okay. This could also be someone's health as well, could be coming through as well here. Emotions are running high, okay, and a new start is coming at the bottom of the deck, okay. I'm also hearing, don't push someone away who truly is trying. Don't cause arguments where it's not necessary. You know, some of the most important healing work is done in connection. You know, people don't come together perfect. You know, to be healed isn't even to be human, right? It's healing through things, and you cycle through that. You peel back the layers of yourself. And you know, when you're in connection, that's one of the most powerful portals for you to actually access your most divine self. It really is. So don't be guarded to someone who truly wants to bring you your beautiful wishes, and they're doing it in the way that they know how. Yes, be absolutely honest about whether or not this is going to work for you, is in alignment with you, of course. Prayer will help this situation, exploring your options, okay. Forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. I think for a long time someone's really, this is what I mean by they've been umming and ahhing, you know, they've been at a crossroads, truly, they have. Believe and trust, a crossroads of their faith. I think this is such a personal journey, wherever this is, wherever they're triggered to move towards now, and versus away from has been a massive test of their strength of their character, their faith, their heart. Your children are being washed over by angels. Focus on divine and perfect health. Someone's health is really coming through. I think this is something, again, that there's something about exploring the options with that as well. You created this situation. You have the power to change it. Okay. So again, I think someone protect yourself as well. Your energy. So yeah, right about now, someone's realizing that it's up to them, a favorable outcome. This isn't about sitting in regret one day. It's not going to be like that. This is about them taking the reins now and saying yes to this leap of faith instead of just staying stuck in this constant like hamster wheel of just argumentative energies. Truly. Okay. So again, reclaiming that positive energy within, recognizing their worth, okay, detaching from whatever situations that are just not healthy, understanding which ways they can move away from this old world and really focus on where they want to move. Keep your eyes on your targeted intention, right? Moving forwards. Okay, so quite a healing journey. It's like a portal, a cycle. Someone's getting there. They're truly getting there, but it's really about kind of them coming into their own now, and that's so important for them because that's what they need to be in order to like step forwards for whatever, you know, for this like union energy that wants to come through, this empress, right? For them to be, you know, both of you need to be in that position to be able to receive each other and hold it down together. You know, when you're closing out old cycles and beginning new ones, new adventures, new journeys, it's not about being perfect and like everything just suddenly fits and slots into place. That's like this fairy tale that people have been taught to believe, and it's not the case. That's not the human way. The truth is that there's still these little nooks and crannies that you've got to work through. Yes, be true to you if it's in your alignment or not, whether you want to do this or not, you know, not about overextending yourself or self-sacrificing or accepting any kind of misuse and abusive treatments, right? It's not about that. It's about asking yourself, where's your heart calling you? Whichever situation you're always in will always teach you something about yourself, about what you are allowing yourself to be, and about also what you, how you might be putting yourself out there, you know? That's not always the case. It's very specific, okay? But there's different lessons for different people, right? So when you do come together, you've still got healing. You've got things to do, new love. Once this, whatever this is closed out, you know, that needs to be something about something that's just lingering. It just feels like it's lingering, you know. I'm even rolling my eyes at it for some reason. Playfulness, okay. Okay, so whatever this new love is going to have much more playful energy, much more light-hearted kind of, you know, you're going to be able to bring through that fresh new energy. Children, bring out the inner children in each other. There might be children on the horizon as well, right? But it's as a result of you actually learning your inner child, learning your style of attachment or your style of love, you know, which evolves, especially when you're in a connection, you're both evolving through this, right? But yeah, definitely, I think someone might be really allowing themselves to get pulled into external conflicts as well that are just not theirs to like get involved in. You know, maybe they're sought after because maybe they're abundant. I'm seeing a lot of abundance in this masculine energy, and so they're sought after to help other people solve their problems, but they need to really hold their boundaries here, detach from anything that isn't theirs to be involved in. You know, yeah, they might be loving and caring and giving, but they need to understand that that's for the people who they're here to serve, not just for anything that wants to come along and like take from them, you know. Yes, they're a giving person, but they need to understand who they're giving to, right? This is a balance that they're finding within them as well, okay? It's all a process, but it's getting there, okay? Let me know if this beautiful message was for you, a favourable outcome. Believe and trust, okay? Sending love.